Hello, everybody. So, sometimes I do things and I don't record them. Or sometimes I do things, I make a video, and then I end up deleting the video before I ever post it. And I'm pretty sure that's what happened when it comes to this transmission the second go around. Because when it comes to muncies, especially for some reason, if you make a video showing doing something and it's anything but the exact right way to do it, you get nothing but negative comments. So I just, I made the video, I looked at it, I watched it a couple times, and I basically talked myself out of releasing this video or even posting it, so I deleted it. Now that was about 7, 8, 10 months ago around it. It was around the time that me and my ex broke up, so, it's around January, February, or whatever. I got out here and I took this transmission back apart and fixed, hopefully, the problem that it was having. Okay, so if you're on my YouTube channel and you're watching muncie videos, there's a few different ones, but this one would be known as Scrap Pile 2. Scrap Pile 1 is in my 67 right now. There's a few mentions and stuff of another transmission that's in the 70 that has new counter gears and bearings and seals and all that stuff in it. I didn't show it either. But this one actually got a little bit of a video back when I first put it together, because I put this transmission together when I was taking out the Turbo 400 that I had in that 67. My 67 was originally a 4-speed car. So after a little bit, I wanted to put one in it. Well, this one never did shift. It never did shift because the main shaft came out of a transmission that I already knew didn't shift. And I tried to dress up the gears and everything to help it shift, but it still didn't. So, and it was real loud. Real loud. The one that's in my car is loud. This one's really loud. Growls. But there's a whine, and a whine's kind of acceptable. And then you get a growl, and it sounds like you're running a down boulder through a rock crusher and might get stranded at any moment. That's how bad this one was. So, I took it back apart and put completely different first, second, and third gears in it, and completely different hubs, sliders, and synchronizers, and dogs out of a completely different transmission. I took apart like 2 shit main shafts to fix this transmission. So, the reason I didn't show it literally, the parts were out of scrap piles and bad main shafts. Every gear in that transmission, besides this one, had a gear tear out in the transmission that it came out of. Most people wouldn't have ran this stuff to begin with. So, let's just listen to how it sounds, alright? It's not smooth like you would want one to be. The cluster gears got rust pitting on third, about halfway across it. Second gear's got the corner of it fucked up. All the engagement teeth are wore out. Besides first, I guess, and fourth's got some life left, but the bearings on the cluster gear are bad, the pin's bad, the gears are bad, the synchronizers are used. The case already had a gear blow up in it at one time. I just decided not to show building this transmission. But I had to take it back apart to put something in it that I didn't have when I put it together the first two times, and that was a reverse idler shim. So I took it back apart far enough to do that. This transmission will run. It will work fine. It's a backup for my car. That being said, I'm going to put it together, and this time I'm going to seal up that side cover. I've built 4 muncies. All this stuff, besides the one that's in Dad's car, is built out of used junk. I wanted to kind of build one out of good used parts.